Welcome to the video. Today I will be making my setup for January in my bullet journal. It is very close to being January, so I wanted to get the setup out before January. For the setup, as you can see, I have a lot of different pens and markers that I will be using. I will be also using for the setup washi tape and these sticky notes here when necessary. So with that out of the way, hope you liked the video that I made, and let's get started with the spreads. The theme for this month is flowers and vines. I think this is a pretty simple theme to do. I chose to use cursive lettering for all the titles since I think it fits well since there are so many wavy lines on the page. All I had to do is draw wavy lines to look like vines and then added flowers and leaves to them. The color palette for this month is pink and green. I thought of a way to make it easier for me to choose a theme for each month. I want to focus on 2 colors primarily, and one of the colors has to be from the previous setup month. For this month, I used from the last theme pink and then chose green. From there, I thought of the themes that could have pink and green as the main colors. A problem I have when deciding on a theme is that there are so many things I can do, so I end up spending a lot of time thinking about which theme is best. Choosing between 2 colors and then picking another color helps limit my options, thus decreasing the amount I spend thinking of a theme. I really like how the theme turned out, so I will be using this method for the next one as well. The next spread is 2 lines a day, where I write out in 2 lines what I did for the day. This can include random thoughts I have or highlights of the day for me. I like using this as a way to look back on my day and then write out what stood out to me. This could be 1 line as well if you wanted it to be. For me personally, I like having 2 lines since I tend to write a lot and I don't have to worry about my space being limited this way by having 2 lines rather than 1. Then I have habits trackers, which is to track my habits. I have this spread in my monthly setup because I like having a place to see how often I do something and then see if I can change that for the next month. I usually have this as 2 pages, but this time around I'm doing 1, and I'm going to see if I like it this way or if I prefer having more gaps and space of emptiness in a 2-pager rather than keeping it all on 1 page where it's more crowded. But I shall see how I feel by the end of this month. I have 9 boxes that I have to make this month for this spread. I am keeping the spread very simple. I have made space at the top of the box to write in the habits I want to manage. Brain dump is next, and this one is one of my favorite spreads to include in my setup. This can be 1 page as well, but I like to keep it as 2 pages so I can write or draw as much as I want here. I use this for anything. If I have something I want to remember to look up, I write it here. If I have an idea for a video, I write it here. I use this for everything that doesn't fit into one of the spreads I've made. So this is just filled with random thoughts and anything else I want, which is why I have 2 pages for it rather than 1, and it's one of my favorite spreads. Oh no, they started blending together, the marker with the pen. I don't know if it's because of the pen I changed the color to this one, or if it's the markers that I'm using that made it blend in, or I didn't give it enough time to dry. But I won't use this combination again because it's kind of ruining the setup, but it looks good overall, I think. The content planner page is for planning out and managing my content for the month. By that I mean I use the mini calendar I made to write down what I want to edit or when I think I should upload a video. Sometimes I film a video and then completely forget to edit it until way later. Having the content planner helps me with remembering what I have to film, what I have to edit, and what I have to finish. So as long as I put it here, I tend to remember everything that I filmed and that I should edit rather than keeping it there for months and then being like, oh yeah, I should edit that. Now looking at it, I want to change this spread a bit. I'm not sure right now how, but I want to have more space, so I might have to cut out a page. I'll see how this goes this month and make any changes in February, but I'm really thinking I want to have a space that I can just write in just in general so I can keep my thoughts in order. I think it's better to have like a note section for this, but I will think about it further before next month's setup. What I'm doing with these sticky notes that I have here is my plan is to use them as like reminders or little things I can just add on. So, for example, in the content planner, I'm thinking of using it to like write any things I need to remember or any important dates. It's just a sticky note basically that I'm gluing onto the page so that I can use it to write down other information. Originally, I was going to use these for decoration, but I don't really think it fits well with the theme, so I'm just going to have some sticky notes in some places to write things in, like this one. So this one is for managing my expenses. It is the start of a new year, and I want to be better at writing down and having like a money diary that I look at each month. Here I am writing what I spend money on in January. The goal for this is that I can look at this at the end of the month and evaluate what I spend money on and see if they were all necessary purchases or not. I do not know if I will use this next month. This is one of the spreads I am iffy about. We shall see in the next monthly setup if I keep it or not. I am making my calendar for the month. I like having the spread so that I can write the most important things in January here. So when I have to look at what I'm doing on a specific day, I can go quickly to this page and check. I have been very diligent in using a ruler when making lines, but for the spread, I felt that I didn't need straight lines since I am making vines and wavy lines everywhere, and I think the lines I made without a ruler fit well with this theme rather than if they were perfectly straight lines. This is a very quick and tiny portion of my setup. This is a space where I can write down any goals that I have for the month. Monthly tasks is for writing down the tasks that I have for myself in January. I like having a place where I can look at things that I have to or want to complete this month. I also have this next to my calendar because I can look at my calendar and then look at the tasks that I have to do. These kinds of spreads are very helpful for me because I have all my tasks in one location. Again, I'm only adding some sticky notes here so that I can have a place for notes just in case. I'm going to have one here for the goals and then another on the other page for monthly tasks. Just in case I have anything else I want to add at any point, I can check right here. And sometimes looking at my weekly spreads can be daunting, so this is very helpful for me to focus on tasks only. What I'm trying to do here is cut out a curve with the scissors, but I think it's not working. So I think for my next attempt at making tabs, so next month for February, I think I'm going to try and do them like diagonal cut, like cutting off the edges, and we'll see if that one works. Overview, I wasn't originally going to include this, but I didn't want a empty page next to my weekly spread, so I added this here. This is basically for writing things that happened in January, which can be goals that I accomplished or things that I should change for the next month. It's a place to look at what I did this month and see what I can improve on or continue to do for the next month. Lastly, it is my week 1 of January setup. This is going to be just one page. I am making boxes for each of the days to keep this organized. This is for January 1st to the 3rd, so only 3 days. I tend to prefer a more freestyle method for my weekly setups, where I just draw and then add each of the days, and the space below the day is where I write what I should do or am doing on that day. But I want to be more structured this year, and I think that having boxes will be more beneficial for me than what I had previously been using. I'm going to try it this month and see if I like this better or not. I am adding a keynote here as well. I think it's more for this one than for overview, but I just don't have enough space anywhere else to put it, so I'm just going to put it there. That sticky note is for that. So any notes or anything that I feel I should remember, we go here, and that is the system that I'm going with. I keep forgetting to add the washi tape until the end, but it's okay, I still remembered it. I think I'm pretty bad at adding washi tape and having it decorated, so I'm hoping where I'm putting the washi tape makes sense and isn't going to look really bad when I look back at this. I feel though that sometimes I can be more judgmental and critical of how my spread looks when I'm making it, and then when I look back at it, it's not as bad as I thought it was. I finished all the spreads for the setup. This was a nice and simple spread theme to start out the year. If you have gotten this far, thank you for watching this video. Until the next video, goodbye.